Have you ever faced the mirror of self-love and questioned if you are capable of receiving the love that you so freely give to others? Have you ever looked in the mirror and looked at yourself, basically? Have you ever looked at yourself and asked, do I feel deserving of the same amount of love that I give to others? This goes right back to that needless, wantless stuff, right? That needless, wantless is that place where we are rejecting love, right? Where we're rejecting. And remember, your horizontal life is a reflection of your vertical connection. So if you are in a life where you aren't receiving a lot of love, and I mean, you don't have a lot of relationships, maybe you isolate yourself, maybe you keep people at bay, maybe you are a self-sustainer, maybe you're trying to do everything yourself, maybe you feel like you can't trust people, maybe you feel like you can't. And so all of these ways that we receive love, through touch, through words, through gifts, through acknowledgments, through acts of service, the five love languages, we can go through that. The ways that we receive love, how are you at receiving, and do you feel like you deserve it? And I think we could all sit here and say, well, yeah, I feel like I deserve love, but how is that being validated through your actions? How are you able to look at your horizontal life right now and say definitively that you are fully open to receive the amount of love that you give to other people, or that you feel like other people deserve? What's coming to me right now is that there was a client that I had years ago. I used to teach these retreats. And I do have one coming up, which don't let me forget to mention that for those of you that want to know. But I don't have one coming up. I'm actually gathering interest to see if any of y'all want to come on one. But on a retreat, I had a woman who absolutely would stop, pull over on the side of the road to let a turtle, to help a turtle across. Would basically stop whatever she was doing to help an animal that she saw in need. And I turned around, we were talking one day, and one of her biggest challenges was loving herself, you know, and from the outside, she would say, yes, I love myself. But when we do the work and we see that really we aren't that great at loving ourselves, we aren't that great at receiving love for ourselves and allowing that to come in. And so I had to give her the assignment, or I didn't have to, I was asked to give her the assignment to have her, every time she expressed love to an animal, she had to immediately take that same amount of love that she was petting her dog, or that she was helping a turtle cross the street. She had to immediately, as soon as she was done, give that same amount of love to herself. And it made her remarkably uncomfortable to do that assignment. So I want you to think about, how are you loving other people? And then how are you allowing love inside yourself? I can say for me, I can say that there are periods in my life where I was giving of love to other people, wanting somebody to give that to me, like kind of a codependent way to look at do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I mean, it was like this giving of myself. And even sometimes I'm thinking about adolescence and early life, giving, and shit, probably sometimes even now in my marriage, where I find myself giving of my body, right? Where I want to give of my whole self, like have sex or whatever, and give to somebody in that way. And I can certainly see early in my life where trauma was running that, and it was giving of myself in the hopes that they would give that back to me, when ultimately I don't feel that great about myself. I'm looking for at the outside, I'm looking for the world to love me. I'm looking for, a man to protect me. I'm looking for a partner to give me a safe place to land. I'm looking for all these things. And while I'm looking for all of this outside of me, real unconsciously feeling like it's not inside of me, because if we're looking for something outside of us, it means we don't believe it's here. So it's like, and how that over giving, when I don't feel deserving of receiving that, is absolutely detrimental to unconditional love. I'm not loving unconditionally. I'm loving you so that you'll love me back. Or I'm loving you so you'll make me feel good about myself. That's not unconditional love. There's a condition to that love, right? There's absolutely a condition to that expression of love.